I'm really hoping we could have kind of like a relaxing year coming up. Like 2017 would be really nice if we didn't have any of these major controversies or anything like that. So that 2016 was kind of plagued with, if I'm being entirely honest. And yeah, I'm talking about things like, No Man's Sky. That was a huge one. It's easy to forget about that game because everyone kind of did forget about it. But in the year and a half leading up to that game's release, there were so many people yelling at each other back and forth, all these things that were being said that weren't true. People were making up things that were in the game. No, I'm not just talking about Sean Murray. I'm talking about other people as well. They had this idea in their own head. Everyone had their own ideal version of No Man's Sky, and when that didn't happen, they got all super angry, and then all the people that, quote, foresaw it happening, they were all just there to say, I told you so. And I mean, I didn't think it was going to be that great, and I still don't think it is. I kind of saw it coming, but I'm not going to stand here and be like, well, I told you so, you were wrong for being excited about video games, because that's not who I am at all. You should be excited about video games, but you should also know when to, be realistic about them as well. I'm excited for a lot of video games, I mean, the next Elder Scrolls game is something I anticipate, and I talk about a whole lot on my channel, but I don't just go into it thinking it's going to be the greatest game of all time. I talk about the issues that have plagued the series in the past, where I think that the series could go next, and really everything revolving it and Bethesda as a company. And that's something you need to do with every video game series, is to realize that just because a game looks cool when you initially see it, and it looks something you'll be interested in, that you're not going to instantly have it be the best game ever. Because when you go into that mindset where it has to be the best video game of all time when it's released, then you're going to be let down, because there's no perfect game. And a lot of games don't live up to expectations of marketing, because the job of marketing is to advertise a product to as many people and as wide an audience as possible. This is especially true when you look at a game like No Man's Sky, which had the backing of a company like Sony, so they were trying to market to as many people as they could, whereas if I think if the game was maybe like a more niche indie product, like if Hello Games didn't have that big backing or anything, they probably would have marketed it towards, say, Steam users on early access or anything like that, so that there would be less hype behind it. It would appeal to a more niche audience instead. But because you get these big companies involved, then it becomes a huge thing. So I think in 2017 here, we gotta really just recognize that even though something looks awesome, or someone announces it with all these grandiose explanations as to what the video game's going to be, take everything, just that little grain of sand, that pinch of salt, because you never know what's going to happen during the video game development cycle, and you never know what's going to happen with a studio, or if the game is even realistic, if they can even create this. And that's true about the opposite as well. Just because we perceive something as being bad, let's talk about like the Overwatch loot box debate from the Summer Games event that happened earlier in the year as well. Like, everyone didn't like that, or the majority of people didn't, at least I would say, but it wasn't because Blizzard is a bad company. And it's not because Hello Games is a bad company. They were trying to do something. Their marketing got out of hand. The fans got out of hand as well. And all these different combinations of factors all came together to make the outcome that we got. That's true with No Man's Sky. That's true with the Overwatch summer loot boxes. And while there were definitely some bad decisions on both sides to that, there is always a combination of stuff that happens to make everything become a worse situation than it has to be. And being able to sit down or sit in front of your computer like I'm doing and talk about this openly with these companies, with fans, with everyone, or whoever wants to watch this or listen to it, whatever you're doing, it's really important to do that and to have a rational discussion about these things. And I really think that that should be what we're going into with 2017 here. Just be rational about everything. Talk to people. Don't yell at them. Just go into everything with an open mind, but don't let your expectations cloud your judgment. Well, there we go. That's been my rant on 2016 and leading into 2017. What do you think about the video game industry as we go into 2017? Let me know over on the comments section. I'll go through and read through that and reply to as many as I possibly can. Like always, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, dislike button is right there as well. I am PattyJack, and I will see you guys next time. Have a wonderful day.